Well, hello everybody, and welcome to tonight's day one of this 21-day Sahaja Yoga meditation course. And we'd like to welcome you from wherever you may be joining us. We just had some slight technical issues, as of course you have to have at the beginning of something new like this. Overcoming some initial obstacles is always a way or something which heightens our desire to achieve whatever it is that we want to achieve. Over the next 3 weeks, we're going to be taking you on a journey which you can join in at any time. But as much as possible, we're going to start from the beginning and lead you into ultimately the experience of true meditation. And true meditation really is about our connection with an all-pervading power. So tonight we're going to explore the hypothesis that we invite you to test for yourself, which begins with the experience of what we call self-realization. And self-realization is not a mental concept, but it's something that happens when our true self, which is the spirit, becomes connected with something much greater, and we start identifying with our true self, which is the spirit. So the founder of Sahaja Yoga, which is Shri Mataji Devi, started Sahaja Yoga 50 years ago, and today it's practiced all over the world. Like myself, who have been doing it for quite some time, really have just one desire, and that is to share it with as many people as possible. And then one day, we hope that you, who may be joining us for the very first time, or perhaps have already had some experience yourself with Sahaja Yoga, will be doing what we're doing, Leah and I, tonight, and we'll also be joined by Chris. And as the days roll on, many other people who will be sharing their experience. And as I said in the outset, that we want to take you on a journey. But importantly, the journey, in a way, starts at the end. So we don't want to do what is often the case, which is, start off and then promise you something that you may or may not achieve in days, years to come. We're actually going to take you through the process of self-realization, as it's called, today, and then you will experience the key to meditation, which is thoughtless awareness, where the mind starts to become still and silent. And in that heightened awareness, you become aware of and connected with your true self, which, as I said, is the spirit, which is in our heart. So a little bit about myself. I started doing Sahaja Yoga meditation over 30 years ago now. It doesn't seem that long ago. In some ways, it's gone very quickly. In some ways, it's been quite a journey. But importantly, how long you've been doing this is not really important. And one thing I've noticed is that as time goes on, human beings generally, our seeking for our true self, for reality, has become heightened. And today it's very, very strong indeed. So we're looking forward to sharing this with you. And I'd just like to invite Leah now to perhaps add to what I've already said and just tell us a little bit about how she got to this point tonight.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's our absolute pleasure to be here and hosting and guiding you through this meditation. Like Richard said, myself, Leah, Richard, and we'll have Chris presenting more in depth about the meditation. And as you probably noticed in all our advertising and also in our background, the initiator, the founder of Sahaja Yoga meditation is Shri Mataji, Nirmala Devi. She is the one that has imparted this knowledge to us and given us this great gift, which today we have the privilege to share with you and to pass on the gift. As I said, my name is Leah. I'm based in Perth, Western Australia. Been meditating with Sahaja Yoga for 21 years. And like Richard said, what a journey. It is incredible. It's really amazing. Whether you've done meditation or not before, whether this is your very first time to meditation, it doesn't really matter, because you'll find that this is a very unique journey. For myself, I had never even heard the word meditation 21 years ago. And then when I first heard, a friend said she was going to meditation, I said, can I come? She said, yeah, sure. I'll come by at about 6:30, pick you up, and we'll go to this community center where you'll be introduced to Sahaja Yoga, much the same way that some of you that are coming here for the first time tonight will be introduced to Sahaja Yoga. And yes, we'll be guiding you through this wonderful journey for the next 21 days. And personally, for me, has helped a lot with my family, my children, when I began. One was 11, the other one was 15, going through those challenging first years of teenage years and trying to find out who they are. And the meditation has not only helped me, but it has a huge impact on them as well. So hopefully it works wonders for you too.
Thanks, Leah. There's so much we could say at the outset, but really we've decided we want to limit that as much as possible. And
sure,
you're going to be along the way, like any journey. You can read about it, you can read the travel guide, but until you actually go on the journey, you know, it doesn't really mean very much. So I think at this stage we might bring Chris in, who
Great
will
idea.
be, yeah. So Chris will come in and he'll be, g'day, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Chris has got his mic muted at the moment, but he's grinning broadly, so that's a good sign. I'm not a lip reader, but
no.
here we go.
There we go.
How you going, Leah? How you going, Richard?
Great,
very
Chris.
good, Chris.
How you doing?
So what
well.
I might do, Chris, before you start, is just to put a bit of context around what Chris will be doing. I guess the thing to know is that, as I said, essentially what we are is the spirit. And we have this energy system within us, which Chris is going to elaborate on. But just like we have a skeletal system, you know, we have a muscular system, we have all these physiological systems in our body, we also have this energy system. So we all kind of know that, and everybody's talking about energy these days. And so here's a chart of the subtle system, as Shri Mataji referred to this. And as you can see, there are these energy centers along the spine, these various dots. There are 7 of them in total. And also we have these 3 channels. So the blue line there is the left channel. This figure that we see is actually facing towards us. And then on the right side, we have a yellow line. And then in the center, we have the central channels. So we have these 3 channels, and we have the 7 energy centers along the spine. And they all have their various qualities. And when this system, this subtle energy system, is in balance and clear and functioning properly, then we naturally go into meditation. So I think it's fair to say that people treat or talk about meditation as though it's something quite alternative or a little bit woo-woo or out there. But in reality, that's because we've been distracted from our true self by all the things that we identify with. And in fact, what happens is that we're essentially meditation machines. We're made to meditate. And we will go into meditation when the system, this energy system, is functioning as it should. And a lot of it is really just clearing away the obstacles that accumulate in this energy system. And then we will naturally become integrated within ourselves and then ultimately integrated with the whole. And where the word yoga these days is synonymous with doing a lot of physical exercises, but the literal meaning of yoga, which is a Sanskrit word, is union or connection. So when we become connected with this all-pervading power that exists around us, however you want to describe it or relate to it, then we become whole through that connection. And the key to this connection is an energy in the base of the spine there, in the triangular bone, called the sacrum, which in Sanskrit is called Kundalini. And this is a nurturing feminine energy that is really the key to us being able to go into meditation and to get our self-realization. So Chris tonight is going to talk more about the Kundalini, which is really the key to everything we do. So over to you, Chris.
Yeah. Welcome. The Kundalini is a sleeping energy. It's dormant, it's residual. It's in everyone. So everyone has this capacity. But for you, it's your own unique energy. And in its awakened state, it gives you our self-realization. And it opens out you to an area of your awareness that is subtle, and it's essential for doing the pure meditation that's practiced in Sahaja Yoga. So the first thing we do is we awaken this energy. This energy, as Richard was talking, is something that's in you, but it's also something that purifies you when it's awakened. It's 3.5 cores in the sacrum bone. When it's awakened, it spirals around the spine and touches the heart and opens up at the fontanelle above your head and joins into this sort of consciousness of universal love, which we feel when we meditate. But in that process, it purifies us, all that nonsense that we've acquired through our lives, and there was plenty of it in me. I was a child of my generation. I had many lost decades, and when it came to Sahaja Yoga, it sort of didn't click at the beginning, but when it clicked, it did clear out a lot of stuff. That's because the Kundalini is a purifying energy. It's intelligent. It knows everything about you. It knows where to go to burn out all that rubbish that's inside you that you've accumulated over the years. And so it's, Shri Mataji said, it's like a fire, but you feel it on top of your head as cool, a cool breeze. We call it the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. And today we're going to talk we're going to allow Shri Mataji to talk a little bit more about this Kundalini energy, this very special energy which is in everyone. Everyone should be respected because they have the same energy, which is really ultimately the pure desire of God, the power of God within you, the reflection of it. And so we're going to allow Shri Mataji to say a bit more deeply about this energy, and then we're going to have a short recap, and then we're going to have the process where Shri Mataji awakens that Kundalini within you, and open you to this new awareness, this subtle domain, which is what a lot of these programs are about over the next 3 weeks. Over to you, Richard and Leah.
Thanks very much, Chris.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
So we're going to now, as Chris said, we're going to watch a short talk from Shri Mataji, who's the founder of Sahaja Yoga Meditation, where she talks a little bit more about this Kundalini energy. It's a dormant feminine energy within every human being, as Chris said, and it's the key to true meditation. So we'll watch that talk and we'll come back and try and take you to the next step, which will be going through the process of self-realization and experiencing this meditation for yourself with Shri Mataji's help. So we'll just start now with a short talk from Shri Mataji.
First of all, I think this is the most important thing to understand about your own Kundalini, as self-realization is self-knowledge. And the one who gives you self-knowledge is this, your own Kundalini. Because when she rises, she points it out, what are the problems on your chakras. Now, we say that it is pure desire. But we do not know what purity means. It means your chaste desire. It means it has no lust, greed, anything in it. That power is your own mother and is settled in your triangular bone. She is your own mother. She knows everything about you. It's like a tape recorder. She knows everything about you. And she is absolutely the knowledge. Because she is so pure. And whatever chakras she touches, she also knows what's wrong with that chakra beforehand. So she is quite prepared and she adjusts herself fully so that you do not get a problem by her awakening. If any chakra is constricted, she waits and goes on slowly, opening that chakra. Now this Kundalini is the primordial power which is reflected within you. And within you, in a human being, it is like many strands of energy. So it's like a rope. And these energies are all twisted together to form this Kundalini. In a human being, these strands are 3 into 7, that is 21, raised to power 108. But when your Kundalini rises, 1 or 2 strands out of this come up and pierce the fontanelle bone area. Only 1 or 2. Because it has to pass through the innermost nadi, known as Brahmanadi. It's all a spiral throughout, because Kundalini is a spiral and these nadis are also like a spiral, like this. So the innermost nadi is the Brahma Nadi. The outermost Nadi is the right side. And the second innermost is the Ida Nadi. So through the Brahma Nadi, she starts sending those threads. By that, they relax the center. By the relaxation of the center, the sympathetic nervous system also starts relaxing. And when it goes to the Agya Chakra, then your eyes start relaxing, your pupils start dilating, and your eyes can become like mine, very black, absolutely relaxed. So you can easily see in a person how far is the Kundalini. If it has pierced the Agya, then the eyes will be completely dilated and will be shining. And then she enters into the Sahasrara. Now it is absolutely pure light of knowledge, love, compassion and attention. All these three things are in that energy. We know of many energies like electrical energy, we know of light energy, we know of other energies. But these energies cannot think. They cannot adjust. They cannot work on their own. They are to be handled by us. But this energy itself is the living energy and knows how to handle itself. It thinks. If you see a seed being sprouted, you'll find at the tip of the seed there's a small little cell which knows how to go around the soft places and then how to encircle the stones and then how to find its way to the source. That cell has got, I would say, a little Kundalini in it, the way it moves. But within you is a tremendous force of Kundalini exists. So you have a storehouse of compassion which can be enlightened by the Spirit. You have the storehouse of love, compassion and knowledge and ocean of forgiveness. When people get realization, they do not understand that they have to now grow. And why they don't grow? Because they do not ask for these energies. A person who is a realized soul, if he says that I have to have more compassion, my compassion is not all right. My concern about others is not all right. My generosity is not all right. I'm exploiting others. I'm exploiting their love. Then this energy starts moving, giving you that greater dimension of love and compassion. But if you do not want to be growing in your awareness, then she says, all right, she is a half-baked Sahaja Yogi, let it be. she doesn't supply that energy which is stored within you. I told you, 3 into 7, that is 21 raised to power 108. So what a storage you have within yourself.
Hi, welcome everyone. So that
was Shri Mataji speaking there specifically about the Kundalini, and I'm sure there was some terminology there that perhaps you couldn't follow, but that's really not important, because we're all jumping in at the deep end here, and it's a prelude now to the actual experience of self-realization and doing this meditation. So I don't think we need to really talk too much about what Shri Mataji has just said in her own words, but just so that you know, we're now going to be going through the experience of meditation, again, led by Shri Mataji. And just very briefly, so you know, when we sit for meditation, we can be on a chair or sitting on the floor, and we generally hold our hands palm upwards like this on our lap. So we're clearing our subtle system, and our physical posture has to be open, just like our mind has to be open and our heart has to be open if we expect to have this experience. So we'll also be putting our hand onto the various energy centers, and Shri Mataji is going to lead us through that. And so when we come back, we're just going to then sit quietly and enjoy the state of thoughtless awareness that results from the awakening of our Kundalini and from our connection with this all-pervading power and the clearing and balancing of this subtle energy system within us. So we'll go now to Shri Mataji going through this guided meditation, and enjoy.
Now, put your left hand towards me, comfortably. Put your feet apart from each other. And now, put your right hand on your heart and close your eyes. Here you have to ask me a very important question. In your heart, you ask me a question as you would ask a computer. You can call me Shri Mataji or Mother, whatever you like. Mother, am I the spirit? Ask the question. In your heart, not loudly. 3 times, ask in your heart, not loudly. Mother, am I the spirit? You have to only ask in your heart. If you are the spirit, you become your own guide, you become your own master, you become your own guru. So now take down your right hand into the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. And here you have to ask another question 3 times, not loudly, in your heart. Mother, am I the spirit? Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own master? Ask this question 3 times. Am I my own master? I have told you that I respect your freedom, and the pure knowledge cannot be forced on you. So please take your right hand in the lower portion of your abdomen and say it 6 times, asking me, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. I cannot force on you. You have to ask in your free will. As soon as you ask for the pure knowledge, the Kundalini starts moving upward. So now we have to nourish the higher centers with our self-confidence. Raise your right hand in the upper portion of your abdomen. Press it hard on the left hand side. And here with full confidence you have to say it 10 times in your heart, not loudly. Mother, I am my own master. Please say this 10 times. Mother, I am my own master. I told you at the very outset that the greatest truth about you is that you are not this body, you are not this mind, you are not these conditionings, emotions, nor this ego, but you are the spirit, you are the pure spirit. So now raise your right hand onto your heart and ask here, or say with full confidence 12 times, Mother, I am the spirit. Just say it without any hesitation. Say it 12 times, please. For your information, you have to know that the divine power is the source of knowledge, is the ocean of knowledge, is the ocean of love. It is the ocean of peace and ocean of bliss. But above all, it is the ocean of forgiveness. So you cannot commit any mistake which cannot be dissolved by the power of this ocean of forgiveness. So please raise your right hand in the corner of your neck and your shoulder. Push it back as much as possible and turn your head to your right. And with full confidence, please say 16 times. Full confidence in your heart. Mother, I am not guilty at all. All right. As I told you before, that you have to forgive everyone. And those who say it is difficult, they must know that it is a myth whether you forgive or don't forgive. But if you don't forgive, then you play into the wrong hands and get yourself tortured by yourself. So please forgive. in general everyone, not counting how many people you have to forgive, what you have to forgive, but just say, by raising your hand and putting it on top of your forehead across, putting down your head as much as possible, resting on your hand. Please say, with an open heart, please say, Mother, I forgive everyone. Please say it. Please say, otherwise it is difficult later on for me. I have to clear out everybody's agya and it takes too much time then. So best is to say it from your heart. After all, you are not going to miss your self-realization for that. Now, take back your right hand on the back side of your head and put your head on it, resting on it, upward. Here you have to say for your own satisfaction, O Divine, if I have done any mistakes, please forgive me. But don't feel guilty. Don't count your mistakes. Don't think about them. In general, you have to say, O Divine, please forgive me if I have done any mistakes or anything wrong, anything against you. Now, stretch your palm. Stretch your palm and put the center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your child. Now, put down your head properly. And here, push back your fingers as far as possible. Please push back. This is very important. And now put a pressure on your scalp. And move your scalp slowly, 7 times clockwise. Here again, I respect your freedom. And I cannot force self-realization on you. So here you have to say 7 times, bending your head properly and pressing it hard, moving 7 times. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Please ask 7 times, please.
Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Mataji Namo
So we're just going to sit for a minute or two now in silence, just with our hands palm upwards on our lap and our attention just resting there above our head. Just allowing ourselves to be in thoughtless awareness. Any thoughts that may pop up, good or bad, just don't engage with them and allow our Kundalini to clear them away. While we do this, just be aware of what you feel on your hands. You might feel that one hand, the palm of one hand is a bit cooler and a bit lighter than the other. Perhaps they're both cool. Now, something else we can do is to feel above our head. This time we're going to bring our right hand, not touching the top of the head, but about 10 or 20 centimeters above the head. Stretch the fingers there and just see whether you feel like a cool breeze, subtle, gentle, cool breeze on the palm of the hand, coming out through the top of the head. This Kundalini manifests as a cool breeze, as Chris mentioned earlier. You may not be sure, you may even feel warmth. We can explain what these different sensations mean, but just for now, for your own satisfaction, just see what you feel above your head and make a note. When you've done that, we can bring the right hand down and then bring the other hand, stretching the fingers, and in just the same way, feel above your head to see if you can feel like a coolness, like a cool breeze coming up onto the palm of the hand and up between the fingers. And again, make a note what you feel there. Perhaps one hand is cooler than the other, or perhaps both are quite cool. And if you're not sure, that's fine too. This is something you can do at any time. We'll explain everything as we go along. So when you've done that, bring the left hand down. And again, we'll just sit with both hands, palm upwards on our lap. And for a minute or so, just enjoying the silence and the thoughtless awareness. So we're going to be doing a lot more meditation, and we're very keen to show you how to do this by yourself at home. And it's very simple. This is a natural process, and like anything in nature, it's very simple. Mechanism behind it might be complex, but achieving it is very natural and very simple. So there's an exercise we do where rather than use affirmations, we can use our hands to actually raise our Kundalini. And Chris is going to show us two exercises, two parts. The first one is raising the Kundalini with our hands. And the second part is giving ourselves a band of protection. So once we're in this state of thoughtless awareness, we want to try and sustain it as much as possible. And this exercise is going to help us to do that.
So what we do, we put our attention on our left hand, the palm of our left hand, and we use our right hand to go around it, clockwise. And as your attention is not concentration, it's just at the edge of your awareness. You put your attention in the center of that left palm, and you turn your right hand around it. And as you do it, you raise it up to above your head. And then you tie a symbolic knot once. It's called raising the Kundalini. But we do it because there's 3 nadis, 3 channels. We do it 3 times. So on the second time, we do exactly the same thing. And we tie 2 knots, sort of taking the attention up there and keeping it there by tying the knots. And then the third time, well, the central channel, 3 knots. And now the bandhan, which is a protection. The Kundalini is looking after you straight after you've got your awakening. Trust it. But he knows more about you than you do of yourself. But one thing we need to do is just to put a bandhan or a bond of protection on us. And what we do is we take that from that left hand, from the left side, we take the right hand and we bring it across our left side and down our right side and back again. So that's once, and we do it another 6 times. So you would capture all your body when you do this, and you go across the fontanelle where that Kundalini has come out, and you go down your right side and you go back again. So that's the second time. And then you do it a third time. And you do it a 4th time. So up and back is 1 circuit. And then the 5th. And then the 6th. And then the 7th. And the reason why we do 7 is because there are 7 main chakras which we'll focus on in the second week, or most of them in the second week. And they have certain qualities. And that's what we do before we start meditation and when we finish it.
Thanks very much, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah. So if you don't remember how to do that, that's fine, because this is something we'll be doing a lot of over the next few days and weeks. And we don't want to talk too much about the experience. We want you to have the experience. So we're coming to the end of today's session. The main thing is we invite you to join us again tomorrow, same time, same place. And each day we'll be kind of reviewing what we did the previous day and then going a bit further. And so if you can, it'd be great if you could join us every day. If you can't, that's fine too, because nature doesn't move in a straight line. So what we're doing is not linear. Nature moves in curves and in spirals. So we just have to have a pure desire to achieve our self-realization, to enjoy this meditation, and that's the main thing that we need going forward. But just before we do go for tonight, I'd just like to point out that we have a lot of resources available online, and I don't want to overwhelm you with all of that now, but somebody will post up the website, which you can see on our virtual backgrounds there underneath Sahaja Yoga Meditation. It's freemeditation.com.au. freemeditation.com.au. That's freemeditation, all one word, .com.au. And if you go to that website and look under streaming at the top of the homepage there and go down to this February 2022 course, follow that through, be able to see a lot of resources there. Also down the bottom of that February 22 page on the website, you'll see that you can join a WhatsApp group. Many of you have already joined that group, but if you haven't, you can join that group, and that allows us to communicate with you before, during, and after these sessions. So I can see that somebody has put those details into the chat on the Zoom session, and then you can see also on the page that I'm talking about. We'll come back to this each day, but like at the bottom of that page, you'll see that there is that option there to join the WhatsApp group. There it is, the green telephone, which will just help us to communicate with you and to answer any questions. So before we go, we won't get too involved in a discussion now, because we want to sustain the experience as much as possible. But certainly if you have any burning questions, and you're on Zoom, you can put them into the chat, and we might just have a look at some of those. If you don't have any questions, that's absolutely fine as well. One of the things that happens in thoughtless awareness is that the questioning mind tends to relax, and we don't have so many questions. But you certainly may do for our next session. So again, if you join the WhatsApp group, somebody's monitoring that all the time. So even after we finish for today, you can ask questions in the WhatsApp group.
Richard, I have a question
yes, Leah.
for you.
Oh,
I have a question.
okay.
Okay. So today we've had our self-realization, right? So we've gone through this process. And what's the recommendation for, say, how often should I meditate, or what time of the day?
Yeah, great question, Leah. And I guess, as I mentioned, this is a natural process. And so it's not about meditating for long periods of time once in a blue moon. It's about doing a little bit of meditation on a regular basis. So, we found that 5, 10, 15 minutes in the morning is ideal, or any time during the day, or a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the evening. And all you need to do, importantly, is just raise the Kundalini, as Chris took us through, 3 times, and give yourself a bandhan with your right hand, and then allow your Kundalini to put you into thoughtless awareness and into meditation. And then when it's time to get up, you just repeat the same exercise. So not necessary to go through the affirmations every time, but we'll certainly be going through those again. And very soon you'll know what they are and what the qualities of those energy centers are. So great question,
Fantastic.
Leah. And even
you.
if you just remember just to put your hand on top of your head, because having been through this process today, your Kundalini has been awakened, especially if you felt some coolness above your head already, okay? And if you didn't, that's fine. So put your attention here. You can touch the top of your head and then just leave it there. Sit with your hands palm upwards, even for a few minutes. And you've already had the experience once, so you'll just be building on that. Okay, so
And, Chris,
I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. No, that's great. I just wanted to also find out from Chris, what about what I felt on the top of the head? What about if I felt it was a little bit warm? What does that mean?
Well, as I said before, the Kundalini, as Shri Mataji said, it's working within you. It could be initially a couple of threads, or it could be the thickness of a rope. It's spiraling through you, but it's burning negativity. It's clearing you. It knows what to do, and in that process, it may find some heat, and it's sitting on the top of or at your head. That's normal, as long as you felt peaceful. Later, it'll be cool. It'll be cool. The object is to have coolness in your hand above your head. But it's a living process. It's working through you now that you've awakened, and just surrender it. It knows what to do. It cares for you. It's a mothering feminine energy, and just enjoy. It's all going to be good.
Sounds great. Sounds yes. Sounds really great.
And just on that point, Leah, it leads us into what tomorrow's topic is. And tomorrow's topic is about desire, action, and balance. So what Chris is alluding to there in his answer is that this left channel of desire and right channel of action and the central channel within us of balance, when these channels get blocked, basically, for all sorts of reasons, then the Kundalini has to clear them. And so the heat or tingling that you may feel is the Kundalini clearing those channels. So please join us tomorrow when Florian is going to tell us more about these channels and their qualities and how we can clear them in a little bit more detail. And most importantly, just join us for another collective meditation, because that combination of individual and collective meditation, whenever possible, is a very powerful combination. So very soon you may find that this is quite a transformational experience for you. So thank you very much, Leah.
Thank you.
For joining me
Richard.
today.
Thank you, Chris.
And Leah and I will be back tomorrow. But for today, we'd like to thank Chris for his amazing explanation of something which is very deep and which we've tried to sort of introduce to you as best as we can. So we've gone very deep today, and we're far from the shallows, as somebody said in that song. And we congratulate all of you for taking this first great big step, if it is your first step, or for taking things further if it's not your first step. So I guess we'll wrap it up there for today. But please, if you want to stay and enjoy more meditation, we're going to have some lovely music playing for you now, and you can sit for as long as you like. Please do come back tomorrow, and as we continue the journey.
And thank you, Richard and Leah, for doing a great presentation. For hosting.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Now, you see, first you saw how all the clouds were coming, making all kinds like big elephants walking nicely. And then the second part is played. If you see, listen to it properly, it is the people are asking for water. You see, just asking that, oh God, please let it rain. So the second part is like that. So, thoda sa aur bajayega. Let him, you see now how he's asking. This is just asking. And then the third part would be when it starts raining. And how people are happy.